What's up guys, Danny here. In today's video, actually in yesterday's video, we talked about shoulder integrity, we talked about the dumbbell pullover as an exercise, old school exercise. And today we're gonna go beyond that. I'm gonna show you a second type of exercise that's also old school and it's seldom used once again in training programs. I find personally, it's a great exercise for your shoulders, excellent for power, and good for martial artists because we need that pulling, that torquing, and keeping that shoulder integrity. So this is not going to be your typical exercise that you want to do with like fitness stuff. This is more for like hardcore trainers, right? So it's called the Barbell Upright Row. I'm going to show you how it's done. It's one of my favorite exercises. Now, mind you, I'm going to go get changed. I'm going to get some water, finish my coffee, get some training clothes on. But just before I get started, I want to warn you guys that this exercise is done two ways. And I'm going to show you two ways. It's done the fitness type way. It's done the hardcore way. You ready? Check it out. Come on. All right, so the barbell upright row, guys. So take a look right here. We're gonna rack a barbell, an Olympic bar right here, 45 pounds just for the bar. I'm gonna show you guys a set just with the bar without adding some weight just yet. So two things. I mentioned there's two variations of doing this exercise. A lot of people will frown upon this exercise. You'll ask a lot of personal trainers in today's fitness gyms, and they're like, this is not good for your rotator cuffs, it's not good for, you know, your neck, it focuses more on your back or traps, less on your shoulders, it's hard on the wrist, blah, blah, blah. Listen, it's all about form. So there's two ways of doing this. If you're a beginner, I'm gonna show you the fitness way. I call it the fitness way. It's just a word that I use. It's just, you wanna use lighter weights and go 10, 12, 15 reps, all right? So higher repetitions. That way that you can feel the form and really focus on the muscle group you're trying to work. Now, when I say muscle group, you can focus on using the exercise more for the side delts, all right? Or you can focus more on using it for your trapezius. So it'll depend on the angle of where you place your hands. I'll show you in a moment. But there's also a second variation of doing this, is the one I'm doing today, is heavy upright rows. So this one, you're gonna cheat the movement a little bit more and you're gonna use heavier weight. Now, when I say cheat, doesn't mean cheating to hurt yourself and jerking the movement. It's cheating with a purpose. So using more of the lower back, the glutes, even the calves, you know, to kind of like jerk the weight up, but keeping a nice posture while you're doing it, so that way there you do protect your wrists and your neck. Now, when I say about your wrists, a lot of people think the upright row will hurt your wrists. Let me show you the exercise, just in case you don't know what the exercise is. So the upright row basically, and never mind the grip spacing just for now, the upright row basically is just this, right? So if I face you guys in the camera, what I need to do is drag the bar all the way up near my chin, all right? So dragging the bar doesn't mean lifting the bar, okay? So from the side, this would be lifting the bar, which would be wrong, right? This is raising the bar up. This is wrong. There's an exercise where we take a shoulder wide grip and we use front raises. This is a different type of exercise. But when I use the upright row, I'm rowing the bar up along my chest, right? So it's going up. That's why I like to say dragging the bar up, okay? Instead of lifting the bar up. So I'm dragging the bar up. Now, let's talk about grip spacing for a moment, because this is gonna make a difference on where you're gonna hit this exercise. I like the upright row because it is part of the shoulder integrity, it is part of building strength, and it's great for martial artists because we need that pulling, right? So we're pulling all the time. This is good because when you pull, you're torquing, you're using explosive movements, and you can't just rely on proper form. Sometimes you have to use the upper back, the trapezius, all right? You're using the rear delts, even your core and your glutes when you do torque, all right? So it's always a dynamic movement. That's why I mentioned earlier, it's good to say the fitness version and the variation of hardcore, or I should say heavy barbell rows, all right? Now grip spacing, if I wanna focus more on my traps, I'm gonna get a closer grip, okay? So closer grip will look like this, thumb spaced apart, right? This is my closer grip. I wanna wrap my thumb around the bar as such, and now as I raise, see as I raise up, I bring the bar in line just underneath my chin, and then I come back down. I don't need to go higher than this. This is a common mistake where people bring the upright row above their head like this. See? This is wrong. This is where I'm going to start to cause wear and tear on my rotator cuffs, and I don't want that. I want to work the muscle group, and sometimes some people will complain that using a closer grip might hurt their wrists like this, all right? They're not used to the exercise, so I would suggest just slightly wider, so maybe double of that width, all right? And now you can still have this type of medium grip on your upright rowing. Now, if you want to hit more of your side delts, similar to a side lateral, I would go shoulder width apart, and now I'm dragging here. See, this motion now resembles the side lateral, all right? Not this type of side lateral, this one, all right? So a lot of experts, and when I say experts, your experts, not my experts, will say to raise like this, all right? This is wrong. This is really hard on the elbows. I want to have a tilt and that curvature on my elbow, and I imagine that I'm raising the pinky up and bringing my thumb down when I'm doing lateral, see? So every time you move your hands, try this at home, palm up to palm down, you'll see a different form of where your shoulder rotates and how it's going to be flexing. So that's why I say when you turn your palms, that makes a difference on your shoulder movements, all right? So a lot of people won't teach you this stuff. I've been training fitness, strength and conditioning, and bodybuilding for almost all my life, right? So in my younger days, I used to do a lot of hardcore bodybuilding. So I used to study a lot the anatomy and how the muscle groups react depending on how we grip the bars, how we move, even how we posture ourselves, and the angles of hitting different muscle groups. But it's not just about hitting the muscle groups for hypertrophy, right? It's also about hitting it properly so you gain, you know, it's almost like I call this prehabbing. Prehabbing, not rehabbing, but prehabbing. That means injury prevention. All right, so I always want to work those rotators, get the shoulder integrity, keep it healthy, keep it strong and supple, so that whether when I do train in my sport, in my case it's going to be mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, I keep those shoulders healthy. And using a lot of Thai pads and heavy bag training, there's a lot of rebound, there's a lot of pounding on heavy bags and on Thai pads, and that rebound effect not only hurts your shoulders, it also reverberates into your vertebrae behind your back and your neck. All right, so this stuff, a lot of people will complain, you know, I'm hurting, my neck is hurting, you know, it's heavy with this and that. Even push-ups, sometimes it hurts. So use these types of exercise. The one I showed you yesterday, the dumbbell pullover, is a great exercise. This one as well, the barbell upright, is an excellent exercise. Don't let any trainers tell you this is not a good exercise to do. It's an excellent exercise, all right? So just don't use too much heavy weight. So the variation too, I'm going to show you guys the heavy barbell rows. Doesn't mean you have to go super heavy with 225 pounds. All right, so when I say light, could just be the bar. You can use a technical bar, which is only 15 pounds. If you're stronger and you're a man, that's going to be a 45-pound Olympic bar. Even women can do that as well, right? Then heavy could also mean you're going for lower reps. So lower reps mean 10, 8, 6, even 4 reps, all right? You're going to use 4 reps. But you can't think that just because I'm going to use 4 reps, I'm going to use 225 pounds, right? We're not trying to clean the bar. We're trying to use the shoulder integrity, all right? So let me just demonstrate a few reps of the close grip variation and the wider grip. So close grip is going to be right here, thumbs apart. Let me just do about 4 or 5 reps. And notice how I'm dragging the bar close to my body, right? And my elbows should be pointing over my shoulders at the end of the movement, right? I don't want to keep my elbows down. That means I'm trying to pull the bar like a reverse curl, and that's wrong. So here, I'm dragging the bar up. I'm not raising the bar up, see? It has to stay close to my body. And now if I take a wider grip, the wider grip will now hit more of the shoulders, a little bit less of the traps. Less traps and more shoulders, all right? But if you've done, like in my case, side laterals, I want to use it with a narrow grip because I've already hit the side delts with my side laterals, all right? So now I'm about midpoint in my workout. I've already done some cleans, I've done some military presses, I've done the side dumbbell laterals, and now we're at the upright rows, and then I'm training arms, just a few sets of biceps and triceps. But I use bodybuilding exercise just to keep sane, just because I love it. It reminds me of when I was younger. It's kind of like a form of meditation for me. I don't use super heavy weights. When I say using heavy weights, for you guys, that might be 135 pounds upright rows. For me, it could be just 95 pounds. And for others, it could just be the bar, 45 pounds. That could be a heavy set of 4 reps. If that's so, that doesn't matter. Everything's individual, right? Don't try to impress yourself. That's why I like training in the mornings when there's no one here. I don't have to impress anybody who's around me. I don't have a training partner. I train with my wife or my son, or I train solo. I don't like training partners because it's always a challenge. Okay, come on, guy, put a little bit more weight. It's nothing. That's where injuries occur. You have to focus on yourself and just use the weight that's great for you. So once again, heavy barbell rows doesn't mean trying to hurt yourself. Heavy barbell rows is meaning lower reps. And regular or fitness style upright rows, higher reps. So I mean like 12, 15 reps. Heavy could be 10, 6, 4 reps, all right? So let's take a look. I'm gonna continue to work out, and you guys will see the grinding of the upright rows. So on my first set, as you see, I hit the barbell with 2 plates of 10 pounds, right? So what is this? I don't even know, all right? So 10, 20, 40 pounds, 20 on each side, plus the barbell, which is 45 pounds. So what is that, 85 pounds? That's not very heavy, right? But it's good enough for me. I'm gonna hit 10 reps with this, all right? And I'm gonna try to use perfect form. Now I'm gonna use about, a little bit wider than super close, right? About here. Medium grip, because I wanna hit a little bit more of the inside of the delt, the front deltoid, keep my shoulders healthy, keep the trapezius, of course, because it's a closer grip, but it's about my neck. I've had a lot of neck injuries, so by using movements where I'm making my trapezius stronger, it kind of helps stabilize my neck muscles as well. So when I do sports such as, Muay Thai with the clinching, and I also do Jiu-Jitsu where people are pulling on your gi all the time, my neck stays fit and healthy. So I like this type of gripping. So here we go for 10 reps. Ready? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and last one, 10. Notice every time I drop my barbell, I didn't go up and let it drop quickly, right? So I want to work the concentric phase and then what we call the eccentric phase, which is kind of like the negative portion of your repetition where you're resisting the weight on its way down, all right? So on a pulling movement, you want to explode up, and then you kind of it's almost like there's a shock absorber where it slows itself down. Of course, the gravity of the weight's going to go faster than you wish, but you're trying to resist it just slightly, not to hold it, but kind of slow it down. That way there, you never have that jerk where it drops and boom, it hits your shoulder every time. And that's where injuries occur, okay? Now we're going to hit a set a little bit heavier. So I'm just cranking it up slightly, not much, just slightly. So I'm taking these 10 pounds off and using a 25 on each side. It's not much. A lot of you guys watching this video might be way stronger than I am, and that's fine, right? 95 pounds will hit the spot for my second set, which I'm gonna go 6 repetitions, but I'm gonna use a little bit more of that torquing. This is gonna be like a heavy version of the barbell row for me. So watch this. When I mean torquing, it doesn't mean cheating and injuring yourself. It just means I'm gripping the bar, all right? I'm using this 5-finger grip, meaning the thumb is around the bar, okay? I don't want this type of gripping. This is a good pressing grip. This is a good latching grip or pulling grip, all right? So when I'm here, I adjust my grip, I get a good grasp on the bar. Once I've unracked it, now I'm gonna go for 6 repetitions. Now watch a little bit of the body momentum that I'm talking about. Now that was, I think, 6 reps or 7, but see, it's just a slight cheat, a slight torque, just a little bit, right? Just to get that bar moving, but you're still hitting, because of the weight and the gravity, still hitting the muscle group just correctly, but you're still trying to fight the eccentric phase, which is the lowering portion, slowing it down. So now, I'm gonna hit one more set, we're gonna add more weight, this time for 4 reps. All right, so quick sip of water. And between sets, when you're training heavy, just a recommendation, You do what you want, but my recommendation is always taking about a minute, you know, maximum minute and a half. Don't take 3 to 5 minutes. People who do that, they're pretty much wasting their time in a gym. You want to get in, get out as quickly as possible. Make it efficient, right? So I try to get all of my workouts in within 60 minutes, sometimes a little bit more if I'm training with my wife or my wife and son, so we have to alternate the sets. So it takes a little bit longer and changing of the weights and whatnot. But luckily for us, we own our own gym, and we come in the morning, early morning, so when Alex is at school, Julie and I come and work out, so we have the gym to ourselves in the early mornings. So that's great, and then we clean up the gym and whatnot. But we got to get our workout in. It's just part of me. When I work out, I feel great. And once again, take about 30 seconds, minute maximum, right, between sets. Or when you have a training partner, that's great because you do your set and your training partner does theirs, and then switch the weights if need to, grab a sip of water, and then do your set. So that gives you about 45 to 60 seconds usually, right? So I'm gonna go for my last set now. So what is this? We have 10 pounds added on each side. That's about I believe that's 105, is that what it is, 115? I don't know, I'm too tired to count. So we got 95, 105, that's 115, right? So that's not very heavy. I used to do upright rows with way heavier than this, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, it's about form, and today we're going a little bit closer grip once again. So I'm gonna hit 4 reps, shouldn't be too hard. Done this way heavier before, but let's try 4 reps. Watch that little torque. One more. All right. So that wasn't so bad, right? So I could have done more, but like I said, it's about keeping the shoulders healthy. I'm training the muscle group every time, and I feel it a little bit more in the traps by using a closer grip, right? So if you're looking for trapezius development, close grip upright rows, and you want to hit more of the side delts, wider grip upright rows, use it with the barbell. That's old school, that's classic. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have any questions. Happy to answer them on my free time, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, strength and conditioning, bodybuilding, you got it, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.